Hello everyone! Wow, this is the first video in 2022. For those of you who are new, hello, my name is Jess, pleasure to meet you. Wow, it's been some time since I've been on the camera, and before we kind of get into this very chill chit chat January TBR type of video, I do want to apologize for not completing 25 days of Vlogmas. If I'm being honest, burnout was really extreme for me, and I just felt like if I was gonna go down that hole, it would not have been pretty on the other side. And so that's why I stepped away. I know that some of y'all reached out, and to be honest, I got very emotional at certain times where people would reach out to me, just because I know that I have a community on here that cares about me and I care about you guys, and hearing y'all be very concerned about how I was doing, it really man, it hit me, you guys, because I was like, wow, this is insane. I'm building a community on here with people who I don't know, are just so sweet, and it really helped. Honestly, it really helped my kind of where I was mentally and emotionally. And so I just want to say thank you to everyone that thought about me, that kept me in their prayers, and yeah, it just really meant a lot. And with 25 days of Vlogmas, all I will say is that mistakes were made, lessons were definitely learned. I don't know what this upcoming December way down in the future has in store for us, but I just know that it's definitely not going to be exactly how this past December was. I don't know, that's definitely a conversation for a much later date, but I did want to put that out there. Mental health is everything, self-care is everything, especially on this channel. I am definitely that type of person who believes in positive self-care and growth. And let me just tell you, 2022, wow, okay, I can't believe it's here. If my mother was on this channel, she would tell you that I have talked about this year, I don't know, since 2013, 2014. There's just one day, I really don't even remember what day it was. I just had this epiphany, aha, gut feeling moment where 2022 flashed in my mind, and it was a whole new version of me that appeared. I mean, this Jess, right? She had her financial goals were met. My relationship was absolutely top tier perfect. I had my YouTube business, which technically I started this in 2020. We're going to grow this community, and it's going to be quite insane actually. But this year is just the year of growth, of creating journeys, multiple journeys that I'm going to embark on that just ultimately improve who I am and to make me be the best possible person. And I know that with New Year's, everyone always has New Year resolutions, and to be quite honest, I didn't do New Year resolutions. I have been thinking about manifestations, and I know that those could possibly be interchangeable words, but to me, manifestations are on a much more deeper level. And so I've been on break, I've been on holiday, just basically self-reflecting on the past couple of years, reflecting on my future self, reflecting on my wants, my needs, my goals, what I'm looking forward to. And to be quite honest, I actually might have to make a vision board. I've been very inspired by vision boards lately. I've never really done one before. That's kind of a side note, but there have just been a lot of things in my mind lately. And one of my personal goals was basically coming out of my shell. I don't know if this shows on camera. I'm very introverted. I'm an introverted person who has extroverted moments. So there are times where I'm super energized, and I have a lot of friends that will tell you this, that Jess will be in her shell for months, and then there'll be 1 week where I'm okay, go, super chitty chatty, super chatty, wanting to go places, wanting to explore, get out of my comfort zone, and then I go back into hiding, I'm in my turtle shell. And that's definitely a manifestation of mine, where I want to break that barrier little by little and just explore who I am as a person and my surrounding areas. So we're going to get into that more so, because you might be wondering, why is that even relevant for this channel? But it means everything. So there are 3 things that I was thinking about in regard to this channel that reflect who I want to be as a person this year. Now, the first one is pretty much, I'm just going to say it very bluntly, we're not going to do a lot of shopping hauls, a lot of book hauls. And before you get super shocked, trust me, I shocked myself when I thought about this the first time. I was actually very afraid to say this, but we are very honest on this channel. this is how we promote trust, we promote friendship, we promote a community. We're very like, yeah, we're not gonna sugarcoat anything, so to speak. So, and it's not like very shocking to you guys, but if you have watched, I don't know, the last couple of months of my videos, you would know that majority of these books that you see, I would say 85%, I have not read. And the reason why is because when I first started my booktube channel, I didn't really have that big of a collection. There's a reason for it. I either gave my books away to family and friends, or I gave them to Goodwill or half price. And there's just a part of me that feels guilty for holding on to books, even if I have like a huge emotional connection to them. I don't know what it was or why that came to be, but there were just a lot of moments where I felt so guilty of owning a book. And I tried cutting that out. And when I was doing booktube like thinking, creativity, this is when I first started this part of my channel, it was something that I had to slowly let go of. And one of my goals was to actually own a collection of books that I know will mostly mean a lot to me. So a lot of these books were on my TBR for a very, very long time. There are some books on here that made their way that were unplanned, that I either found on, you know, Book Talk or BookTube, just the book community in general, that made their way onto my shelves. But these books make me happy. Like every time I see them, I don't know, like I just get like very over emotional. And it's just, I think it's kind of silly when I say it, but it is true, because this is the first time I've actually owned a book collection. And I know it's not the biggest book collection, but it's a collection to me that I just know it's going to bring a lot of happy moments. And because most of them aren't or haven't been read, we're going to do that this year. We're going to be reading pretty much a lot of my physical TBR. Now I do have some Kindle stuff. Of course I have Libby. So we aren't always going to have like a physical TBR, or I don't know, maybe it'll be mixed with books on my Kindle and then books that I will rent from Libby. But for the most part, I want to read and experience these books with you. Now, this is kind of where I need your advice. So I don't know if I should make a competition with you guys, like with myself. You guys know I'm a slow reader, and I was thinking like, okay, maybe every time I read like 5 books, I can give myself 1 new book. Or do I do something like at the end of the month, I do a small, like a very small shopping haul, like 3 to 4 books that I can bring in. I don't know. Let me know what you think. I know that might be a little bit too much of doing a shopping haul at the end of every month, even if it is like only 3 to 4 books. But just let me know what you think, or yeah, what do you think is best for this channel. But at this point, I'm kind of going towards just like reading as many books as I possibly can. And if there's a book that I just really, really want and just gravitating towards, then I'll purchase it. But I want to hear from you guys. Let me know what you think. So that's basically the first thing that is going to happen on this channel. Now, the second and third manifestation, so the last 2 kind of go hand in hand with one another, but they also go hand in hand with the personal manifestation that I was talking about earlier, about consistently like just breaking down the barrier of me wanting to just kind of stay in my shell and not experience just like life things such as, I don't know, traveling around my city and stuff like that. So these all kind of go hand in hand. So the second one is just, I want to do more vlog-like videos, more so than sit-down videos. Like this I would consider a sit-down video just because it's more thought out. It's definitely planned just a little bit, and then obviously like I'm sitting down with you guys and I'm chit-chatting. Whereas vlogs, as you guys know, like you not only see little snippets of my personal life, whether that's me, you know, making food, getting coffee, like little things here and there, you get to see that, but you also get to see the book part of this channel, where we're talking about books, we're reading the books, we're going over the characters, the plot, the little details, and like just getting to the nitty-gritty. And I personally love watching vlogs, especially on BookTube, just because I get to get the best of both worlds. And that's something that I really enjoy doing as well. So we're gonna do more vlog-like videos than sit-down videos. And another thing that's kind of positive with this is I feel like with vlogging, you get to see kind of the day in and day out of what I'm reading. So for example, like a sit down, like we're gonna talk about my January TBR. But with the vlogs, you get to see me read those books continuously, like almost just like a continuous stream of consciousness, so to speak. Whereas sit-down videos, let's say I had 2 sit-down videos in between vlogging, which is totally fine. I'm completely okay with that as well. But there are times, like me personally, where I enjoy, you know, watching a vlog, and then like 3 weeks later, that person's not a completely different person, but like they're just on a different life path, you know, they're reading something else, they're doing something else, and I feel like there's a disconnect. And that's, I don't know, that's just something that like I personally notice always on YouTube that I wish and crave more of. It's just like that continuous stream, and I'm gonna try and do that. I want to try and do that with you guys. I think it's going to be very special, it's going to be unique, it's going to be fantastic, and so that's why we're gonna do a lot more vlog like videos. Now it kind of goes hand in hand with manifestation number 3, and this also goes with the personal manifestation. So I have been thinking about what I want to do, like that extra special oomph for this channel, and I think I'm going to mix my personal manifestation of exploring my city, going to different places, with my book life. So you're thinking like, okay, what does that even mean, Jess? Like that makes no sense. Well, in my head, I am basically wanting to romanticize my life more so this year while doing these experiences, but I want to take you guys along because I feel like, I don't know, it just will comfort me more when you guys are right there with me. It's almost like taking a friend to a new restaurant because you're too scared to eat by yourself type of thing. So what I have in mind is, you know, exploring my city, like going to a new coffee shop with you guys, and I don't know, reading like Jane Austen or Wuthering Heights and being like main girl character vibes, or going to literally Zilker Park, which is one of the largest parks in Austin, and having a romantic gorgeous girl picnic with you guys, and like reading and just like really enjoying life. And I kind of want to mix those 2 aspects into one, and I think it would just be really, I don't know, just blissful and fun and energetic and very inspiring, and it'll get me out there and get me out of my comfort zone, and I'll get to take you guys with me, and I'll be doing it with books. I don't know about you guys, but that sounds like the perfect combination. So those are my 3 like manifestations for this channel. I know they might not sound like much, but to me, honestly, they are. They're like huge changes in my life that are going to be made, and I don't know, I'm just like, I'm nervous, but I'm excited, and I definitely want to hear your like opinions on what you guys think. I don't know, maybe you want to explore my city just as much as me. Maybe you're from Austin or you're not, but you want to explore things. Like, let me know what you want to see, because I definitely need inspiration. I do need ideas, or I don't know, like what book would you want me to read like in a coffee shop? Like what should I experience in certain places? I definitely think that that's just going to be a very unique situation, and I'm really excited. I kind of have a couple things in mind for January, but like I said, if you have any ideas that you want to see, please let me know, and I'll see if I can incorporate it in the month of January or in the following months. I haven't like really thought too far in advance, just because I wanted to get your guys' opinions. But yeah, so those are the 3 manifestations. Pretty much that's all I can think about at this point. There are like a couple like personal things that I really need to like go into, but that's like for another day, another time. But with that, you guys, so we've come to the video now where we're going to talk about my January TBR. Now, I'm going to have to say, I'm not doing the jar game. I don't know, I'm in a mood reading mode, and I want January to be the month of calmness, of chill vibes, of no pressure. Like, I just want to read things that thoroughly have piqued my interest, things that I know that are going to just put me in like the right mood for this month. Now, I am going to give myself a number of books that I want to complete. So I am reading Arsenic and Adobo. I do have the physical copy somewhere over here. I was listening to it on Libby, but I forgot to renew it, and someone has it on Libby, so I did put a hold. I don't know how long that hold is going to be. I'm hoping that like whoever has it finishes it and then I can get it like immediately, but if not, I'm almost halfway. I think I'm halfway done with technically the book. So we are gonna have Arsenic and Adobo, but I'm gonna pick 5 additional books on my shelves. Honestly, I don't have any in mind as we're talking. So basically I'm going to get up, move this chair that I'm sitting on, and we're going to explore my shelves and just see what feels right, like what sits right with me, what feels good, what January aesthetics have. Like, I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but basically I'm trying to fit the January vibes with my mood, and I want to see if I have any books that fulfill both of those. So without further ado, I'm gonna get my butt out of this chair and we're going to look at my freaking shelves. Before I get into it, yes, I still have my Christmas stuff up. It is January 2nd. I might put everything up later tonight. I don't know. I'm really lazy and I don't want to put up my Christmas stuff just because I feel like it hasn't been up for that long. So I may keep it for a couple of days, like maybe until next weekend. I don't know, unless like Alex gets really upset with me, but who knows. That's why I still have Christmas stuff. So don't come at me if you're like, Jess, it's already past Christmas. It's like, you know, January 2nd. We're past New Year's. I just feel some vibes with it, you guys. I'm still like in that holiday spirit-ish type of mood. So yeah. I just wanted to say that. I wanted to clarify. So we're going to find 5 books. Like I said, don't know what I have in mind for this, but you're gonna see me go through pretty much all my books and figure it out. So one of the first books that I found on my shelves was If I Disappear. This is by Eliza Jane Brazier. Now, the reason why I basically gravitated towards this is because if you know me, I like a lot of podcasts, specifically like murder, suspense, like whodunit type of podcast, and this is basically in that type of world. Now, I think I'm gonna pick this one as book number 1. So if you don't know what this is, it says Sarah loves true crime podcast. They give her a sense of control in a world where women just like her disappear daily. She's sure they're preparing for her for something. So when Rachel, her favorite podcast host, goes missing, Sarah knows it's time to act. Rachel has always taught her to trust her instincts. Basically, after that, she kind of goes to Rachel's small hometown and she is starting her own investigation as to Rachel's disappearance, and a lot of things just tend to unravel as they do on those type of podcasts, and it's just something that I've been really interested in. I've kind of been in, I don't want to say the spooky vibes, but it's like something about true crime podcast just gets to me. It's something that I can listen to day in and day out, and this is going to be that. So I'm excited for this. So this is book number 1. I still have 4 more to pick, and if you guys notice, I did put right here, I got Arsenic and Adobo out just because I did say that I am reading this. Now, if you don't know what this is, we follow Lila and her aunties who own a restaurant, and basically a food critic, aka her ex-boyfriend, winds up dying from food poisoning, aka arsenic, and it's really just her and her family trying to figure out who actually planted the poison, because she surely didn't do it, and the landlord, who is also like her ex's father, is kind of like in on it, and there's like police investigation, and then yeah, it's just a whole bunch of messiness, but it centers around food, which is one of my favorite things in books. So yeah, this is something that I've been reading. I honestly don't know what physical page I'm on just because I was reading it in Libby, but yeah, this isn't going to be included in the 5 new books that I'm going to read. This is just like book number 6, just because I feel like weird if I included this as like the 5th book, just because I am already starting it. It's like 50% of the way, so yeah, I don't feel like it's fair. I don't think it's necessarily like cheating, obviously. You can't really cheat in your, well, I guess you could cheat in your TBRs, but this feels kind of like cheating. So yeah, this is just like book number 6, so to speak. I know that's like long-winded, but here are 2 books so far. As you guys know, I have picked some that I have set out, and it's just basically going to be me trying to look over these books and see which ones are really hitting it for me, hitting the mark, and we're going to read this month. So I think I found the second book. It's Sin Eater by Megan Campisi. I feel like there's a pattern emerging of some sort now. I mean, I've literally only picked out a couple. Well, Arsenic and Dope was already a thing, but I picked out one other book. But the thing that I've noticed is that each of these has like a murder or a death, an investigative type of theme or style, and this definitely covers, I think, all of those aspects. So in here we have May. She's a 14-year-old who steals bread, and because of that, her sentence is an entire life sentence of being a sin eater, which is basically a shunned woman whose fate is to hear the final confessions of the dying, eat ritual foods symbolizing their sins, and thereby shoulder their transgressions to grant their soul access to heaven. She's orphaned, she's friendless, she apprenticed to an older sin eater who cannot speak to her, and basically she's just trying to navigate this entirely cruel life sentence of being a sin eater, and just, yeah, it seems like a lot. It seems very difficult. And one day there is a royal governess who obviously confesses on her dying deathbed, and then she's in a coffin. But the thing is, someone left a deer heart on this lady's coffin, and clearly whatever it's representing, like whatever sin this lady had in the when she was awake and when she was alive, was not said to May when she was dying. So clearly this person took whatever secret this was to the grave, quite literally, and someone is out to still get her or her family, because she is part of like a royal family. I mean, she's a royal governess. So clearly May has a lot of digging to do. She has to figure out, one, like who left a crazy weird deer heart on the coffin of a royal governess, and what could possibly be such a huge secret, or like something that had happened that's so crazy where the royal governess couldn't even say it on her deathbed. So I'm super excited to hear what this is. I feel like we're gonna have a lot of twists and turns, definitely some spooky vibes going on, and I'm kind of interested. I mean, who leaves a deer heart on a person's coffin? Like, why? Like, that person's already on her way to the pearly gates, or maybe not, because isn't this the sin eater supposed to, yeah, she's supposed to shoulder the transgression. So I guess this person's soul didn't access heaven, or maybe it will afterwards. I don't know. I'm just over here contemplating. I should really just read the book. So we're kind of breaking the pattern of death, investigative murders, you know, so on and so forth, because we have Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. Now, this will technically be my first Colleen Hoover experience. I have seen this circulating pretty much everywhere. Book Talk, BookTube, BookTwit, I don't know, pretty much every single social media. I haven't really seen negative reviews about this. I know some people don't like Colleen Hoover, but I have a feeling that I will. And this book, we follow 2 characters. We follow Tate Collins and Miles Archer, who basically, they have, it sounds like a friend, not even friends with benefits, just like the benefits of mutual physical attraction. And it looks like Tate has to stick to 2 rules Miles has for her. One being never ask about the past, and then don't expect a future. But of course, I'm pretty sure those rules are going to be broken, because it says hearts get infiltrated, promises get broken, rules get shattered, and love gets ugly. Hence, ugly love as the title. Now, I have heard that a lot of people really loved this book in 2021. I mean, this was like off the charts for a lot of people, and people said that this made them very emotional, that they loved the smut in this book. There's a lot of chili pepper spice in here between the 2 characters, and just a lot of complex feelings, I think, that really mimic love in real life. So we are breaking the pattern. We are getting a romance novel. I'm not even gonna lie, I did have The Royals Next Door and Heart Principle as well as a contender of like a romance type of book. It was very difficult. Like, I spent several minutes just looking at these 3. But I need to take that leap of faith into like starting a Colleen Hoover book. I feel like I'm the last person literally on this planet that has not picked up Colleen Hoover yet. So this is gonna be my first Colleen Hoover book. I'm really excited, can't wait to get into it with you guys. But we have 2 more books, I believe, that we need to pick. Technically, they're sitting right here, but let me go get them for you guys. So it looks like we have our 4th book, and that is A Winter's Promise by Christelle Davos. This is the Mirror Visitor series, book 1. Now, this is a hunk of a book. This is a thick 2 C's type of book. Really excited to get into it just because this is like our first fantasy-based novel for the new year. And I've heard so many good things about it. Heck, even Jen Dahl, don't know who this person is, but on the back, she's from New York Times. She says, evokes both the whimsy and the deep-seated sense of justice of the Harry Potter series. And then even some person says world building at its best, which I have heard actually that a lot about this type of, or this series, is that the world building is quite phenomenal and that the main character is just like an overall badass. But to kind of compare this to the Harry Potter series, I know that that's like, I don't know, everyone and their mom has read pretty much Harry Potter and how it had a chokehold on people my age back when we were children, and how it technically still kind of does. But if a book can just like be so similar to Harry Potter, I mean, I'm so about it. Like, I might fall head over heels for this book and just completely invest everything I have in this world and the world building and the main character, which it seems like our main character, her name's Ophelia. She possesses 2 gifts. She has the ability to see into an object's past, and then the ability to travel through mirrors, which I have heard a lot about with Ophelia traveling through mirrors. It seems like it's a very prominent thing in the book series. I don't know if like there are worlds inside of these mirrors or like they're wormholes or something, but I do know that she has that ability. And then it says that she has a peaceful existence on Anima, or is it Anima? You guys correct me. My southern tingly senses are saying Anima, but I could be wrong, but I'm gonna say that in this video. Anima, she apparently finds out that she is supposed to be marrying this guy named Thorn, who is a part of a powerful clan from a cold and distant ark, which I don't know what an ark is. Is this an ark? Or like, is this not? Or is an ark inside of this thing? I don't know what this thing is. It's like some machine that's like above mashed potato looking clouds, and it's like a palace on a palace on a palace. That's what this looks like to me, but is this an arc, you guys? I don't, well, maybe don't even tell me. Maybe I should just read the book. But yeah, it says that she has to navigate his powerful clan. It looks like they're either trying to take her powers away or use her or kill her or something, because it seems like she has a lot to deal with in this book, and I can't wait to get into this. Now, if this is just like the Harry Potter book, man, because this person is like what they say, that this invokes the Harry Potter series, and ooh, man, am I gonna fall head over heels and get completely invested in this series, so much so that I want to know anything and everything about this? Who knows? I'm kind of here for it if it is the case. But yeah, we have our first fantasy book of the new year. Now, you have heard about this book. I have talked about it a lot. I was supposed to read this, was it December or November, and then I didn't get to it, so we're gonna put it back on our TBR. This is Terry Miles' Rabbits. Now, you guys know, if you've watched my channel before, I love Terry Miles. I love all of his podcasts, such as Rabbits, The Last Movie, The Black Tapes, Tannis. I mean, the list can go on and on. He is quite a phenomenal writer and a good storyteller. Now, I think he has season 2 out of Rabbits already, but I have not like listened to it. I don't want to like start the podcast series again until I finish this book. I don't think it's like, it's in the same world, but I think it's different characters. So I think I'll be good if I read this book and then start season 2. I don't know. I don't even really care because Terry Miles is just such a phenomenal person that whatever the case may be, I'm going to finish the podcast and his book. But if you don't know what this is, basically Rabbids is a game where the whole map is the world. And you have winners, but you don't even know who the winners are because it's so secret, and you don't even know what like the prize is if you are a winner. Like, is it world domination? Do you get money? Do you get like a governmental seat in something? Like, we really don't know. But we follow Kay, who is a rabbit obsessive. Basically, they've been trying to find a way into the game for years, and then apparently they're approached by a billionaire named Alan Scarpio, rumored to be the 6th iteration winner. But basically he winds up dead and Kay enters rabbits, and yeah, it's just like a fend for yourself type of game. I don't want to give away too many details. I highly suggest that you listen to his podcast, Rabbids, or any other of his stories, or just read this. I have seen this actually circulate a lot in the book community, and it just honestly makes me so excited that people are picking this up, just because anytime I talked about his podcast, I mean, it's been years since I've listened to, oh, not since I've listened, but since I found out who Terry Miles was and like all of his podcasts, like no one knew who he was, and I feel like he's finally getting like the fame that he deserves, and I'm really excited to start this. So this is the last and final book of January, and whew, we have a lot to read this month, but I feel like it's going to be a fantastic reading month. Feel it in my bones, and I feel like you could agree with me that these are all phenomenal and spectacular books, and I feel like they're all different in their own way. I don't know why though, I still feel like I have like a reoccurring theme. Like, there's death in majority of them, there's investigations in majority of them. I think Ugly Love is like one of the only ones that I have that technically isn't a part of like whatever theme I have subconsciously, but we're here for it. You guys, I think we have a mood for January. We have a vibe. We have something going on with these books. Unless like, well, okay, we can exclude Ugly Love, but there's definitely like a murdering investigation type of thing happening here. And I think, I don't know what I'm gonna read Ugly Love. Maybe we should like break up these type of books with Ugly Love in the middle. I really don't know. And this is like really heavy, very thick, and it's awkward. I'm gonna put these down right here. Oh, my baby arms. Like I said, I'm trying to work out, you guys, and we're in progress. We're trying to get girl boss arms. It's slow. It's a slow process. But anyways, I am really excited about the month of January. First of all, I'm excited to talk to you guys. Like, I feel like it's been years, honestly. Like, this entire break was very much needed for my mental and emotional health, and like physical health as well. But I'm so glad to finally be like back in front of the camera. I mean, I'm still kind of nervous. I don't know why I still have butterflies in my stomach, but I think it's just because 22 is finally here, and we're manifesting so many things. I mean, we're girl bossing so close to the sun, like it's going to scorch us, but we'll be fine. Like, we'll be alive at the end of the day. And like I said, please leave your opinions and feedback on like what you want to see for this month. Like, which book do you think, honestly, like I'm really trying to go to a coffee shop with one of these books. What do you think like says main character vibes for us? Or like maybe a park. Okay, no, actually it's really cold. It's like 20 degrees. I mean, we're in Texas and it's getting to the 20s. So maybe not a park, but like, let me know what you guys think. I really want to do a coffee shop and be like the main character, like living in the moment with one of these books. Again, this is very heavy. I don't know why I keep doing this to myself. But anyways, you guys, I will see you in my next video. I'm pretty much just going to start reading one of these books today and start vlogging, because I'm really excited to finally like just get in the moment, like real-time experiences with you. So without all that, or is it without further ado? Without further ado, I'm going to conclude this video. As always, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, please feel to subscribe. Leave me your comments. Follow me on other social medias. I'm really trying to be active this year on Instagram and TikTok, mostly TikTok. Definitely having awkward vibes on TikTok. I'm not used to it at all, so any love, support will be greatly appreciated on those. I love seeing you guys when y'all are on, well, when you add me on other platforms. I'm like, oh my gosh, I know who you are, and it's like, I don't know, it's really crazy that yeah, some of y'all are following me on other platforms and seeing my just awkwardness. I feel like I'm awkward on YouTube, and like the fact that y'all want to see me awkward on other channels is so crazy to me, but I just like appreciate it. Like, this yeah, I just have I have a very lovely community. Oh my god, I can't even speak. I'm just so excited. So anyways, you guys, I will see you in my next video, which will be a vlog. It will be up this Thursday. Don't know what time yet, but we're gonna get there, and yeah, I'll see you then. Bye.